Hello everybody, I'm Phlimbob84 and welcome to this top 10 video. Now, if you've seen my gameplay videos, you probably know that I'm a huge Legend of Zelda fan. No matter which Zelda game I play, I always find myself having fun and feeling so immersed in the game's expansive world, beautiful music, epic story, and engaging gameplay. Legend of Zelda games just offer so much good to the player, and it's easy to see that a lot of time and care was put into the making of each one. Despite all of this, however, a game can only have so much to offer. Congratulations! You beat the game! Now what? Oh, probably just beat it again and get all the items and collect those rupees I missed and sail some more and stuff. But what do you do after all that? Let's face it, the content of a game, no matter how good, always eventually runs out. That's why you make glitches! Not only are glitches fun and entertaining, but many of them can also lead to a lot of new game content, even if it wasn't intended to be seen in the first place. And with that, I'll be showing you my top 10 favorite glitches in The Legend of Zelda. Enjoy! Item swapping from the Wind Waker. This is a glitch that can be performed by using an item that can be set to X, Y, or Z, and pausing immediately after pressing the button the item was set to. The timing is pretty particular here, but simply pressing start as quick as you can right after pressing X, Y, or Z will get it to work most of the time. Once paused, set any other item to replace the item you just used. This will cause Link to use the first item with the new one you just equipped. However, this glitch really only noticeably works when switching out either the Tingle Tuner or an empty bottle. Switching out the Tingle Tuner with another item will cause Link to use it as if he were using the tuner, which can lead to some pretty funny moments. Hey, Link? You got a little something in your eye there, bud. Well, no wonder I can't get any signal from my GBA. This is a leaf! That sure explains a lot. I don't think that's how you're supposed to use that. Whatever. Go crazy! If you decide to swap items using bottles, then this glitch begins to show its more practical uses. If you have a fairy and at least one empty bottle, it's possible to use the fairy an infinite number of times using this glitch. Simply swap out the fairy by pausing instantly after using it and replacing it with an empty bottle. This will cause the empty bottle to give you a fairy without using the one you just replaced. Doing the same thing instead with some grandma soup will leave your empty bottle half full of soup without using up any of your original soup, which is pretty awesome. The reason this glitch only gets the number 10 slot is because it's just a little more underwhelming than many of the other glitches on this list, but it's nevertheless still fun to mess around with. Here's a fairly well-known glitch that allows you to explore any room in any of the dungeons in A Link to the Past, and even get to the game's ending very shortly after starting a new file. This glitch is pretty easy and straightforward, so let's get into it. Though this glitch can technically work in any dungeon, I find it easiest to do in Hyrule Castle at the beginning of the game. First, we need to jump off any ledge in the dungeon, like this one. While in midair, pause the game and save and quit. Reopen your save file and make your way from the start of the dungeon to this room on the left of the one with the ledge I just used. Now just go to the soldier enemy into chasing you. Then just hold left next to the wall and let him hit you right through it. The game now thinks that Link is at a level beneath the floor under the wall, and by staying under these walls, you are free to explore. By going far enough, it's possible to visit any room from any of the other dungeons in the game, as well as a lot of empty squares. Seriously though, there's a lot of squares. By moving up 2 rooms from the one we started, and then continually moving up along the right wall of that room, you will eventually reach the Triforce room at the end of the game, which is pretty awesome, actually. Look, it's the ending of the game. Cool. At one point while exploring, I met up with Aghanim, and I listened as he monologued about how I was too late, and I was gonna sacrifice Zelda to gain unstoppable power. Little did he know, though, that it was actually some random other lady he was sacrificing and not Zelda. But I didn't want to spoil his mood, so I didn't say anything. And look, I beat the game here too! Awesome! It's a lot of fun to be able to explore the dungeon so easily, and it's even possible to jump into some of the other rooms. Just be careful not to get stuck in one. Have you ever found yourself dreaming, for whatever reason, that you could just revisit your past? Does the idea of saying goodbye to moments you've cherished leave you wishing that things didn't have to be the way they are? If only you could just relive those memories, just to cherish them once more. Well, that's kinda almost what this glitch does. Maybe a little. Not really, though. But hey, you can revisit Outside Island back to when the pirate ship was there, and I think that's pretty cool. To do this glitch, you have to sail to the flight control platform island thingy and enter the flying minigame. Once up there, we need to exit the platform we're on without ending the minigame. To do this, we need to go backwards to the left of the ladder, pull out a bomb, and drop it by pressing B to take out a sword. L target at about this distance from the fence, and jump attack right when the bomb is about to explode. If done correctly, the blast should carry you over the fence and the invisible wall above it, taking care not to touch the water, which is important. Use the hookshot to get into your boat and sail away to Outside Island. Right now, the game actually thinks that we're still in the flying minigame, so touching the water will end the minigame and consequently the glitch as well. Don't warp using the Ballad of Gales either, as that will also cause the glitch to end. You'll notice that while sailing, the ocean theme that usually plays while you're sailing won't play. If you let the day turn to night and back to day naturally before you make it to outset, the ocean theme will finally decide to kick in, although this time it won't disappear so easily, as the theme will continue to play even while on Outset Island. And now the pirate ship is back, and Gonzo, Nico, and some of the other pirates are present as well. Though some of them say things that even they don't normally say during this actual part of the game when the ship is at outset. We have reached the Forbidden Fortress. Really? Huh. It's actually a lot nicer than I anticipated. Kinda reminds me of home, even. Some of the other people on the island also say things like they're stuck in the past. Either that, or they just really don't want me to ever leave again. Also, for some reason, Tetra is nowhere to be found, despite what would be expected since all the other pirates are present. Upon exiting the ship after having entered it, Link will drop into the water as the ship seems to have disappeared. Also, for some reason, you will now be at Windfall Island. I guess the pirate ship sailed all the way there while you were inside or something. So that's where the Swift Sail is in the GC version. Dumb pirates stole it. Boy, bomb arrows sure are a blast.
That was an hilarious joke and you will laugh.
I just wish I could bomb arrow stuff forever. Yeah, that'd be great. Too bad they always seem to run out. Well, now they don't have to. Introducing the infinite bomb arrow glitch for Law's Twilight Princess.
All right!
Yes, this is a glitch that gives you infinite bomb arrows in The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. The steps for this glitch are pretty specific, so just bear with me for a bit. The three things you'll need for this glitch to work are the Zora armor, the claw shot or double claw shots, and at least 25 rupees. Make sure your Zora armor is equipped and head for Lake Hylia. When there, transform into a wolf and howl the tune in the area with Plum the Parrot to start the balloon minigame with the big scary bird thing. Lose the minigame. When Plum asks you if you want to retry, tell him that you hate him and that you wouldn't play his stupid game if it were the last game on the planet. You know, just make sure he gets your points is all I'm saying. After that, we need to transform back into a human and jump into the water here, where it's deep enough to swim and Link isn't standing. Aim the claw shot in the direction of the waterfall, and then L or Z target, you know, depending on which one you're doing. While still targeting, keep moving toward this corner of the wall right here, and eventually you'll be able to make it through. Once on the other side, swim until you fall into the empty void, which is bound to happen sooner or later if you just swim around long enough. When Link wakes up back on shore, Plum will come back and ask us if we'll retry his minigame again. Humor him and say yes this time. Just trust me, okay? Now that we're back in the minigame, fail miserably again!
Oh yeah.
Now, hear its importance that we transform into a wolf before jumping into the water. If all goes well, you should see this! Which is good, because glitch. And that's what this list is. So good. I don't know why, but this texture that keeps appearing on the screen kinda reminds me of fish. Looks like a fish to me. Ah, great. Now I really want to eat some fish. Salmon. Except it's actually just a glitched out wolf Link. Glitched salmon. Tell the nice Zora lady that you'd like to play her minigame again, and pay her the 25 rupees. Now you should end up at the start of the minigame as Wolf Link, and the canoe will leave by itself. Bye bye, boat. Just remember to go with the flow.
This was also an hilarious joke and you will laugh again.
Now just warp to wherever you want and voila! You have a never-ending supply of bomb arrows. Now you can blow stuff up. Forever! Wow! Thanks, Infinite Bomb Arrow Glitch!
Side effects may include dizziness, pain, swelling, explosions, severe burns, loss of eyesight, numbness of earlobes, loss of smell and cannibal wounds, uncontrollable defecation, sudden desire for spaghettios, seasickness, cancer, mad cow disease, death, money, leakage, multicolored urine, tooth decay, and in severe cases, minor paper cuts and blisters. Please ask for your doctor's permission before taking Infinite Bomb Arrow Glitch. Batteries not included. Some assembly required. You must be 18 or older to call. Merry Christmas.
Fierce Deity Link sure is cool. Just look at him in the manga. He's just such a boss. But you ever wonder why you're not able to be Fierce Deity Link outside of boss battles? I mean, that's pretty lame if you think about it. Well, you can stop your wondering because here's a glitch that lets you transform into him wherever you want. With water, as long as there's you gotta have water. You gotta have water though. There needs to be water. Also, you're gonna need the mask. To do this glitch, you'll need to find a pool of water like this one in Termina Field, right outside of the Great Bay Coast. Turn into a Zora and walk into the water just deep enough that the water reaches Link's manly pecs. Take the mask off and dive as Little Kid Link until you touch the floor, when you'll need to put the Zora mask back on. If you did it right, pressing the B button will make Link do this! Now, rapidly and repeatedly mash on the B button so Link does his thing, and in the midst of all your mashing, press the button the Zora mask is equipped to. If done correctly, the B button on the HUD should now become Blink. If you ended up turning back into Kid Link, you'll have to start over. With the B button blank though, we now need to hold A to swim. You'll notice that you won't be able to move anywhere at this point. If all goes well, tilting the joystick down a bit should make Link do a somersault. If you can't get Link to do a somersault, try doing this glitch in another spot on the water, although most spots in the deep enough water should work. If you've done all of these things correctly, both the A and the B buttons on the HUD should now be blank, and you can finally equip and use the Fierce Deity mask. Alright, now we're Fierce Deity Link. Let's go take on some baddies. Oh snap! Feel the burn, Dodongo.
This was another hilarious joke and you were laughing.
Let's go utterly destroy that annoying bird that's always trying to steal my stuff. Ha ha! Take that! Wait, no! No! Curse you, bird! Okay, let's try this again.
You're going to pay for this!
Okay, let's try this one more time. You know what? There! I got it. Wow, Fierce Deity Link, you're such a boss! Let's go try some other Fierce Deity stuff. needs walking when you can climb? Oh yeah! Uh-oh. Just make sure not to accidentally enter the Gorman racetrack because you won't exactly be able to get back out. And that's really the downside with the ability to be Fierce Deity Link outside of boss rooms. You can't use items to get anywhere. Fierce Deity can't use the Ocarina to warp, or any other items that are needed to get to other new areas, which means you'll get trapped. A lot. For this reason, I'd recommend using the water in Termina Field that I use for this glitch because anywhere else you won't really get that far before getting trapped again. Also, this guard won't let you through either for some reason. Even though he says he will. Hey, jerk move, pal. What a dirty, lying, lame butt. I guess that means we're stuck again. Wait. Don't worry, old lady. And of course the soldier lets the thief go through, but still makes sure that I can't, even though he just saw me help an old lady get stuff back that was stolen from her. You wackaderm. The title screen glitch from Skyward Sword. This glitch is just lots of fun to watch. It lets you control Link on Skyloft while on the title screen menu in Skyward Sword, and here's how you do it. Fly to the Lunario beacon, and dive to the Temple of Time bird statue. Here we need to get our health down to about half a heart. If you're playing on hero mode, 1 full heart will do. The easiest way to lose health quickly that I've found is getting in front of these Octoroks and letting them spit rocks at ya. If that doesn't do it for you though, you can always give this cactus here a great big hug. I mean, look at him, he's just so lonely. Now that you've lost just about all your health, and 1 more hit is all that it takes to kill you, use a bomb to kill yourself. Oh yeah, and make sure you don't have any fairies before any of this. Aww. Now at the Game Over screen, point the Wii Remote at the Continue option. Now all we need to do to make the glitch happen is press A to continue, and less than 1/4 of a second later, press the Home button. On the Home menu, reset the game. Your first indicator that you did everything right is Link screaming as he falls to his death. Next, you'll briefly see a glitchy Skyloft, and now you can finally take control of Link while the title screen is still up. At some points now, you'll probably want to press the A button so the cutscene that loads after waiting on the title screen too long doesn't pop up and end your glitch. And this way, you can now control Link on the file select screen, which I personally like better. Using the sword a lot while on this screen can cause the game to lag a decent amount, but that won't stop me. Granted, there isn't too much to do with this glitch, especially since Link has the Skyloft clothes and only the practice sword to use like in the beginning of the game, but I still really enjoy the show that you get. I don't know why playing on the file select screen is so much fun, it just is. To exit the glitch, press B on the file select screen to get back to the main title screen, and find a bird statue. Press A on the statue to check it, and simultaneously to go to the file select screen again. Aim your cursor so that it hovers over both the save option from the statue and also your game file that you're playing on. Press A to select both, and now just load your save file. However, doing this will now put you in Skyloft in your normal file, but there will be nobody else there, and no music will play either. Also, for some reason, everything will look brighter too, which is weird. You can, however, easily put things back to normal just by entering a building like the bazaar and leaving again. And now, everything's back to normal. Have you ever wondered what Link would look like if he had a lightsaber? Outside of the pictures you find on DeviantArt. Well, it turns out that there's actually a glitch that gives you what is probably the closest thing you could get to having Link with a lightsaber. Well, besides that. It's the Infinite Sword glitch from Ocarina of Time. otherwise simply known as ISG, cause I mean, let's face it, nobody in reality actually has the time to go around saying infinite sword glitch all the time. It's impractical. To get ISG, simply walk up to any objects that you can check, talk to, or pick up with the A button, or etc., you know, and crouch with R without Z targeting. Then all you need to do is crouch stab and press A at about the same time to get ISG. I find it easier to just repeatedly crouch stab as quick as I can and press the A button in the middle of all of it, and I usually get it that way. You'll know if you got ISG because Link's sword should have a thin white line sticking out of it. Also, the screen should now act as if you were Z targeting once done checking, etc., the object you press A on, even when you're not actually holding the Z button. To change the camera angle, simply use the Z button as you normally would to face the right direction. Now that you have ISG, your sword is basically glitched into a state of constantly being used without actually swinging it. And that's just nice. Now enemies can take damage just by touching your sword without you needing to swing it. It's pretty cool. And that, in combination with the cool, wavy glow effect it gives, just totally reminds me of a lightsaber. It's really a lot of fun to use. Another effect of having ISG is that now you won't be able to fall off any kinds of ledges. Wow, look at me. I'm so good at balancing. I'm like a tight-roping walker master. Whoa, cool. Getting on this magic bean leaf and then getting off of it while in the middle of the ride will cause Link to float in midair. Except you can't exactly move anywhere, but it's still cool. If you want to get off a ledge at any points, just Z-target and backflip off, and that should do the trick. As easily accessible as ISG is, it can also be lost by quite a few things. Pressing R to shield, pressing B, and taking damage gets rid of your ISG. However, using items like the Ocarina and riding on Epona don't end the glitch. Even though sheathed, Link's sword still has ISG. The infinite sword glitch is pretty well known already, and it can be used for a number of other glitches as well, but I find that this glitch simply by itself is the most fun to do, and really cool to see. Number 3. Early Master Sword Glitch from Twilight Princess. This is a glitch that gets you the Master Sword before even starting the first dungeon in the game, and it's a lot more fun to mess around with than you might think, so here's how you do it. Play through the game until you get to the Twilight version of Faron Woods as Wolf Link. Now, keep playing through the game as you normally would until you get to the second battle with the Shadow Beasts. The timing and position for this glitch are both pretty particular, so let me walk you through it. After the short cutscene, which you can skip if you want, run along the left wall and stop around here so that the Shadow Beast runs up to you. Run past him now and position yourself right here so that the snout of Wolf Link is lined up right along this root in the wall. To distinguish this exact root, it's the one coming down from right under this part of the tree trunk base, and it is also slightly brighter and thicker than the roots around it. Now, since you let the Shadow Beast get your attention earlier, make sure he runs up in front of you. Right as it's about to approach you, hold the B button to summon Midna's energy field thingy, and L target the enemy. Here's the trickiest part now. You want to wait until the Shadow Beast is about to attack you and its arm is at its highest point in the air. Also, Wolf Link's head should be facing right at this point in the Shadow Beast's attack. Right at that moment, release B to attack the enemy, and Link should jump on top of the wall behind you. If you happen to mistime it, don't worry. Just knock out one of the other two enemies remaining so that the last one shrieks and brings both of them back to life again. Now you can start over and try again. Also, I'd like to point out that you can always find a heart by cutting the grass right over here next to the bridge, in case you find yourself low on hearts. Once you've managed to get on this ledge though, you want to head right a bit past a few trees and go through a corner of this wall. Just follow the path you see me taking right here. Once you make it to this area, you want to walk right into the corner of the wall here at slightly a leftwards angle, and you should now land at the entrance to Lost Woods. You can howl at the stone here if you want to, and the cutscene will play out as normal, except when the game shows you the location of the hidden skill, it'll be in an area of the map you can't normally access at this point in the game, And also, for some reason, all the shadow bug locations in the province will be visible as well. Now simply play through the game as usual, navigating through lost woods, viciously attacking the little kid, listening to Midna's advice. Oh yeah, by the way, now whenever you're a Wolflink outside of the Twilight, Midna won't be present on your back anymore, and you won't be able to use the energy field attack either. But apparently, Midna doesn't get the memo. If you're going to tell me to do the energy field, why don't you help me do the energy field, you jerk? Continue onward and solve the very hard and much dreaded statue puzzle, and you can get the Master Sword! I also like how Midna is invisible for the first part of this cutscene, even though she isn't supposed to be. 'Cause it's funny. Congratulations, you now have the Master Sword early on in the game. But this isn't where the glitch ends. In fact, this is only the beginning of what you can now do. Now that you have the ability to warp whenever you want, try warping back to Ordon. Right away, you'll notice that something's a little different when you enter the village. Since Midna technically hasn't taught you to warp yet, the option wasn't available until now. So Ordon Village hasn't loaded into a new version of itself since you had to steal the sword and the shield there as Wolflink. This means that the music that plays during that portion of the game will play now, and also Russell will still be out searching for the kids. I like how he still wants to use a torch, even though it's broad daylight. Let's go say hi to... Oh, you talking to me? Ow. Ow! Because of this glitch, Russell will now attack us even when we're human, and let me tell you, he means business. So that's how it's gonna be, is it? Well then, I won't hold back either! Well then. If you couldn't tell by this point, Russell is actually invincible, and anytime you try to hit him, no matter where you are, he will always counter your attack. Great. Another thing as a result of this glitch, all the doors to every house are locked. This didn't stop me though from trying to get into this one through the window. It didn't work.
Wait, what? You just killed yourself.
Leaving Ordon now, going back into the twilight-covered Faron Woods again will replay the cutscene that played the first time you entered. However, if you enter as Human Link, this happens! I love it. Also, now you can be Human Link in the Twilight, which is pretty awesome considering the only other time you're normally able to do that is at the Palace of Twilight near the end of the game. Now I can finally show off my parkouring skills. The Glitch World from Link's Awakening. I honestly don't even know what to say about this one. Just the fact that this glitch is a result of such an easy and seemingly simple process just blows my mind. This is definitely one of the easiest glitches to do, and you really need to try it for yourself. So here's how you do it. The only thing you need to do to enter this glitchy wonderland is head to Madame Meow Meow's house and stand behind Bow Wow's kennel. There are other ways to enter the glitch world, but I found this way to be the easiest. Walk down against the kennel and move slightly to the right until Link is at the end of the wall and actually is walking down. At this point, hold left while still holding down, and Link should now move slightly slower. Now when you reach the wall below you, voila! You are whisked away to the glitch world! However, Link will not be immediately visible on the screen, as in reality he's actually one screen north and one west from where the camera is now. To have the camera reach Link, hold up and shortly after left to move the camera where Link is, and now you should be able to take control. But you see, here's the thing with the glitch world. There are actually 9 different versions of the world that you can enter, and the version you get depends on the total number of enemies you've defeated on that save file. Defeating a total of 1 to 9 enemies before entering the glitch world gives you one of the 9 versions. There are technically more versions that can be entered for beating 10 to 31 enemies, but each of these variations are pretty unstable and not very explorable. After the number 32, the versions of the dungeon repeat starting back at the version number 1. To know exactly which version you'll be entering, I'd recommend starting up a new file and entering the world near the beginning of the game. The 2 versions of the glitch world you'll see me doing here are version 4 and version 9, meaning I've killed 4 and 9 enemies to enter their respective versions. There's really not much to say about this glitch, so instead, let me just show you this montage I made. Enjoy! The Wind Waker Dive from The Wind Waker. Let me just say now that it was really hard for me to decide between this glitch and the Glitch World one, but I eventually decided on this one because it just has more variety. To do a Wind Waker Dive, find any ledge that has, or at least previously had, an object on top of it that can push Link off right after he climbs on top of it. I found that this ledge on Dragon Roost Island, where a boulder had previously sat on, works best for me. To do this glitch, have Link climb up this ledge, and on the first frame of animation that you're given control of Link, pull out the Wind Waker, and Link should fall off the ledge while using it. Now, cancel out of the Wind Waker about half a second after Link falls, and before he reaches the ground. If done correctly, Link will still have the Wind Waker out, even though the HUD that usually appears while using it will be gone. Now press B to cancel out of using the Wind Waker, and ta-da! You've successfully performed a Wind Waker dive. Just look at how graceful it is! Now, you might be wondering, was that it? Well, as far as the actual dive goes, yes, that was it. However, the result of performing such a dive is that Link is now in a state called storage, which basically means that the next events that we trigger in the game will be stored in Link's Wind Waker instead of playing out as usual. One of the more unique and, frankly, dizzying glitches that can be performed is the Super Swim. But I'm gonna warn you now that the following clips of this glitch will contain rapidly flashing images, and I'd advise anyone with sensitive eyes to stop watching, or at least skip ahead to the next part of the video with this annotation right here. Okay, so here we go now. To do this glitch, perform a Wind Waker dive, but before putting it away, have it flash red 1 or 2 times first. Now head to any area where the ocean is close by and easily accessible, and pull out the Wind Waker. The normal HUD should now appear, but you'll be able to control Link and move him around. This can be very difficult to control, since the directions for controlling Link are always the ones from the way Link was facing when he pulled out the Wind Waker, despite which way the camera now faces. Navigate Link into the water and far enough away from the land quickly, since you'll need quite a bit of air for this glitch and Link can easily drown. The best way that I've found to navigate Link away from shore is to alternate between holding right and left once in the water. This should zigzag him farther into the sea. Now we can charge up our Super Swim by holding up and right or up and left on the joystick to spin very quickly in a circle. Now slowly move the joystick carefully towards the up direction until Link seems to stable out and slow down from the intense speed. Once you've got this, keep holding the joystick in the position it is and pull out the C chart with the D-pad.
careful not to let go of the direction you're holding on the joystick. What will happen when you let go of the joystick is that all of the speed that Link has been charging up will be released and Link will travel backwards across the sea at high speeds. We can use the sea chart to aim him in which direction we want to shoot off to by repeatedly bringing up the sea chart to check if we're facing the opposite direction from where we'll want to shoot, since we shoot backward. Once you get the angle you want, let go of the joystick and bring down the chart and Link should shoot out in that direction. Whee! Just make sure you have enough air, or most of the time you'll just drown. Aww, man. Unfortunately, this is a hard glitch to do successfully, and I wasn't able to get anywhere with it. Especially since this kept happening to me when I wasn't far enough away from land. Let's move on to a different storage glitch. By gaining storage from another Wind Waker dive and opening up a treasure chest, the cutscene that normally plays while Link opens it will instead be stored and skipped. And now, for whatever reason, Link can now run up very steep surfaces like these boulders. My favorite thing to run up, however, are these trees right here on Dragon Roost. Hey, don't mind me. I'm just hanging around. But, this is funny. Just make sure not to climb this thing, cause then you'll get crushed. And deaded. My favorite storage glitch, however, would have to be what happens when you swim up to the King of Red Lions after gaining storage, and store his text by pressing A on him. Now he'll just mouth out the words without saying anything. Forever! Oh, hey there. Is there something you want then? No? Okay then, I'll just, leave then. But that's not the glitch I was talking about yet. Now we just need to take out the Wind Waker, and the text that we stored earlier will now appear on the screen. Head to the Wind Shrine thingy on the island, and press A until the green circle on the bottom of the text box appears, indicating the end of the text. Now go up to the cracked stone on the right, and check it with A while simultaneously ending the text. And now, Link should be invisible! I don't know why, but I just find this hilarious. Look! I'm an arrow! Ha! And now I'm an ice arrow! And now I'm a bomb! Yay! Link controls completely as normal, the only thing is that he's just invisible. And that makes me happy. And these were my top 10 favorite glitches in the Legend of Zelda series. Keep in mind though that this doesn't mean that I've been able to actually try out every glitch there is. There could still be some glitches out there that could have made it on this list, but out of the many that I have tried, these are the ones that stood out to me the most as my favorites. And with that, I'd again encourage you to go try these out for yourself, along with any other glitches you can find, and have yourself a fantastic glitch venture. Thank you everybody for watching my video, and goodbye. Slingshots.
I'm ready to rock and roll. You got a parkour it on. Make a zip, jump away from it to where it happened. Parkour Link, ready to rock, ready to roll. Parkour Link is here to stroll. Why does it make sense? Oh, whoa! This sword is so long. How are you gonna do this? Whoa. No!
You can turn it off now. That's all the parkour.